Hey, Brock and the Grays, Logan and Jamie, how you doing? Cheers. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Hey, Gary, what's up? Let's see, what's up? What's exciting? Got golf clubs that I bought. What hit them yesterday was not good. 30 years, I think, since I played. Still had all my bad habits and maybe more. But the place that I went to does have a pro there. So it's 500 baht an hour. What happened? Oh, so 500 baht an hour. So what is that? $13, $14, something like that. So I think I'm going to take a lesson the end of the week and see. I've never taken lessons. It sounds not good. Really. How about now? Any better? Wrong mic. Maybe. Could be. Hold on a second. I didn't. I was behind. Yeah, it is. It's a mic in the camera. Very good. You guys are all right. How about that? Any better? Better. Audio is not good. You mean it's not good on my $12 camera? What's the matter with that? Hey, Randy, how you doing? How about now? Good. No. Thumbs up from Gary. All right. So I guess so, huh? Hey, Andrew, what's up? So yeah, I went and hit 40 golf balls. It hurt. Started pouring rain, but yeah, that little 9-hole looks cool. I want to get at least decent, so I'm going to take some lessons. All right, better. All right, cool. Let's see. Randy said hello to everyone. Pretty cool, Randy. Fine job. And what else? Got the. That's why I was. How late was I? 8 minutes late. 7 minutes late. I was racing on the deal. Didn't do bad. I started in the back of the pack because there are a bunch of hacks, at Daytona in a truck, and I'm trying to bring up my ratings. And people just crash into you, and it goes against your ratings as far as moving up in class in there. Anyway, that's an iRacing. But so I did that. So I've been doing that. Hit the golf balls. Got the Forza going. I told you I got the Forza cleaned. And then I don't know. I got to try to get a hold of Chuck. I think he's back and see it. He was talking about how he was going to go to Ko Chang. So if it's on the way, because he had mentioned, I don't know if I'm going to go this way or through Surin or whatever. So if he comes this way, then I can just give him the dog's crab. A little hot. And I had to make my coffee. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm old. I'm fat. I mean, I'm not that good. Yes, you do. In the simulator. Yeah, you do. It's right there sitting on top of the computer. And then I use the headset. I got a decent gaming headset and mic because the one in that Oculus doesn't work very good. But it's pretty cool. It's something to do. I don't know. Probably be better if I should stick more with the golf because it's 180 baht to golf. It's 100 and I think he said 150 baht for the caddy and 200 baht if I want a cart. So the caddy drives the cart regardless. You don't drive. But it'd be good for me to get out there and, say, no, I'll walk to that ball or follow me in case I can't make it. And I can do that. And maybe if I play a couple of times a week, in a month or so and get back in the gym, maybe maybe I'll get some exercise, I guess is what I'm saying. But I dig the simulator. Tim got me started in it and got me back going again because I hadn't raced in a while. I had all the boxes and all that shit on there too. But it's fun. Road racing. I got load cell pedals now, and I've got a better. This is a pretty good setup. This Moza, um, and I had them build up the base for the seat, and the thing was this far off the ground. I mean, I can't even get down to eat with the family, you know. And it's things like this. I couldn't get in and out of the seat, so those posts that I built, that I think I told you guys, that water tank deal out of. It's like 4x4 metal posts. So I raised it up 8 inches plus that now it's like 14 inches. I can get in and out of it real easy. And then I did have wired mouse and keyboard with it. I got a wireless now. So it makes it, I got to put a little table maybe that swings on the side. Right now I bring this chair over there and set the controls and stuff I need on the seat. It works. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Cheers. I missed I was up at 4:30 this morning, and it said that you had done your live stream an hour before that at 3:30 my time, something like that. So I just missed it, and I still haven't gotten a chance to watch it. Looked like you were having some kind of a party or something somewhere, a barbecue or something. Yeah, I mean they've got all sorts of stuff. You have to pay for the cars, pay for the racetracks, but all in all, it's not horrible price wise. Once you get in there, it's like $100 for a year on the simulator to use, and then once you accumulate the cars in the track, they never go away. They're yours forever. I haven't bought that many. I bought like one truck, one NASCAR, one, so, but I haven't gotten that. You were working? Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the replay too. But it looked like it was some kind of a party. It looked like fun, actually. Let's see what else. Still trying to put together. Saw Uncle Craig's. He finally cooked a pizza. Did you see that, Logan? If he would have turned that stainless steel pan over and put it on there instead of in there, and why he would not get the stone hot, I don't know either. Maybe you're watching, Craig. But the stone needs to be in the oven. And then you could have slid in that. You wouldn't have needed it. And it's called a pizza peel. Somebody probably answered in the comment. And you could have just slid it right off that stainless steel upside down. It would have worked fine. Getting it out now might have been a bitch. You might have dropped it again. And the peels are cheap. I don't know, $300-400 on bot on Lasada, $12, something like that. And Bear's going crazy. He wants in. We got two of the little labs here. I still haven't done that video. I can't get the damn thing to work. I don't know what I did when I did that Ultra 4K, whatever it is, but so I'm gonna try to put together something, a little clip, at least on the lake. That was fun. The trip there and back and forth. You've seen that, a million times back and forth to Ubon. So I'm gonna try to put together after I get done with this, at least on that boat on the lake. It was pretty cool. Hey Bruce, how you doing? You're gonna be here soon, I think, right? I think you're. If you're not here already, you might be here already. But let's see, 857 miles of shore around Table Rock Lake had a party there. Yeah, I thought it was a party. I caught part of it. I clicked on it and looked to see exactly when and what was going on, but I didn't watch the whole thing. Friday, yes, Friday I leave. Cool, very cool. You got to be getting a little excited, I'm sure. I don't, I couldn't, I don't know, being here, even I thought about it, even going back to the States with my wife, like Bobby and Jai are doing now. And he's going to be there for 6 months. Unless I had a motorhome there, like me and this one, that was going to be our retirement, go to different places until we found a base, whether it be in Costa Rica or Thailand or Cambodia or Vietnam or whatever. And then 6 months out of the year, I did in, I had a, what was it, 40 by 60 metal barn with 18-foot eaves made for the state of the art grow rooms that were in there. But also next to it was where the heated and conditioned space for a 42 foot pusher, which I would have probably changed my mind and got something way smaller. But at the time, that was a plan. And then we'd, go cruise around, during the winter here or summer here, and then go to try Costa Rica and try these, and probably would have got to Thailand. I probably would have, said that this is the place. But that was a plan. But I couldn't just to drive around and go to hotels and stuff in the States. I've seen enough of the States. I don't. In the motorhome, it'd be fun. Staying in a hotel, I don't know. I'd rather go someplace else. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of beautiful places in the U.S., but there's other places I'd rather be. Hey, Rob, how you doing, brother? Yeah, it's pretty funny. You'll like it, Logan. But I mean, the pizza didn't look half bad. But if you'll see what I mean when you watch it, he has a stainless steel, maybe this high. It had sides on it, flat here and sides, and this big around or something. If he would have flipped it, he had it on the inside of that, where he made the dough and put the sauce on and put the cheese on. If he would have flipped it over, put a little bit of flour on it, then he could have just slid it right off. He had a little harder time getting it out, but he got it out. It was coming out of the oven. He put it on the pizza stone outside the oven, and then took the pizza stone and put it inside the oven. The point is, you want that pizza stone, it's at 500 degrees Fahrenheit to cook the bottom of the pizza. So I don't know how the bottom. You have to check it out. Go look at it. It's a good video. He does good videos. Hey, Ralph, how you doing? Yeah, 5 second rule. Go look at the look at the pizza. It's beyond the 5 second rule. But stuck at work today. I missed her earlier. Mark there. And Rob's here. I know he was. He's usually. It's late for you, right? I think. I think it's late. It's late all over. But yeah. So the golf thing. Hopefully, get into it. Maybe Andrew will go with me. We were talking about going, and Andrew's still here. You want to get lunch this week, right? I know we had talked about it last week. You're looking like an old Howard Stern with all my. Yeah, I know. You know, I used to watch him or listen to him all the time on the radio. And then when he went to the what is it, the free, say anything you want satellite radio, I never listened to him again. He was one of my favorites back in the day. No, but the video before that, Brock, was the one with the big giant battery powered chainsaw. And I said, "Oh, that'll take a leg off. You better be careful with that one." But it's a cool. If you get a chance to watch that one, it's a cool chainsaw. It's got two big giant lithium batteries that slide into the thing, and the chainsaw part is big, and the blade, it's a big ass long blade. And he cut a couple of branches. I guess it worked okay. I didn't watch the whole video. I try to watch them, but I do. When I went to when he got divorced. If you guys know Howard Stern, he's got a movie out. He had a movie out at the time, and like I said, I used to watch his movie, listen to him religiously, damn near every day. And then all of a sudden, he was with his wife forever, and she put up with all the crap with him, with the girls and the boom, boom, boom on the bass, speaker, and girls coming in topless, and all that stuff. And they finally got divorced, which I thought was never going to happen. If she'd have went through all that shit, I figured they'd be together. And we went to Hawaii. Me and this one on vacation, Maui, and he had taken vacation, right? And I swear to God, he's so distinctive looking. The guy's like 6'9", and with that wavy hair and that little skinny. I mean, he's very distinctive looking. And we were driving down the road, and we pulled into something, I can't remember what it was, and he's standing there with this model. I mean, the girl was gorgeous, and he's not the best looking guy in the world. But and I said, that's Howard Stern. And I never did check into it and see, because it was years and years ago. I never did check to see if he had, there was a way to check where he went on vacation, but it was him. Shaving the beard, it's hot here in Vermont. 75, really. It's only been out. Hey, FC, how you doing? Did you ever listen to Phil's show on the radio? No, I don't know. I don't think so. Where was he out? Where was he out of? Was he national or whatever it's called? Worldwide? Yeah, it's only been off a few times, man. It when I've had it since I was 15, 14. I started growing it, and it wasn't much of a beard back then. But I I uh, um, I had that knee surgery, the first one at 19, 18, and the anesthesiologist said, this has got to go. I got to put that mask on you, because they used to put you out. And both my first surgeries for my meniscus, where they sliced me open. No orthoscopic. No, that shit wasn't around. And after that time, when I went back in the next year to get the right one done, I met with the anesthesiologist and I said, hey, if I just cut you a groove here, will that work? And he said, yeah, that'll work. So I cut it off. So I was only off that one time. And then when I got married to my first wife, she had never seen me without a beard. So we went and we got a houseboat on Lake Mead, and that was a nightmare. I'll have to tell you guys that story. Should have known then that the marriage wasn't going to last more than 9 months, which it didn't. But so I shaved it off for that. And then when I got sick, they shaved it off while I was comatose in the hospital with that tube down my throat. They shaved it all off. So 3, maybe 4 times in 50, 55 years. I don't know, something like that. Over 50 years. But I don't know on Phil. I know that KLOS was there. What Rick Dees was in Southern California, if you're from that area. I don't know if he was around the world like Stern was, or Wolfman Jack, or anything like that. But Rick Dees was pretty good. There was a couple, but that name doesn't ring a bell to me. Phil Hendry. I don't know. Actually, Hendry. Am I pronouncing that right? That sounds kind of familiar. I definitely. Where was he out of, Randy, or FC? Um, the internet became more popular. Howard Stern's antics seems less outrageous. Yeah, at the time, boy, when he first started, it was like he was just pushing the envelope every day, you know. And the movie, if you ever saw the movie's actually good. He plays himself. What's the name of that movie? Somebody can pull it up. Uh, Private Parts. Private Parts, I think is the name of it. And actually, I had a copy of it unopened, and because everybody said it's going to be a collector's item, I have no clue where it is now. But it's actually a pretty good movie. On KFI, he's from Arcadia. He would do like 3 voice characters. No, it doesn't. I'm horrible. But I was pretty set in my ways when I was a kid. I had to, you know, get on the motorcycle and ride and listen to this station, and that's it. Very few. KHJ. Listen to K Earth was the one that I listened to the most, because back in the day, I liked 60s, 50s, and 60s music. Late 50s all the way through the 60s, and but K Earth was the oldie station, and I heard they just stopped. I think that they actually were still broadcasting up until, I might still be, but when I was going down 8 years ago to see Joey, I believe I listened to K Earth when I got up over the grapevine. You did what? I stuck out of my first marriage for 11 months. Seems like 11 years. Forgot about Phil Hendry. It was very entertaining. Thanks for the reminder. Yeah, it doesn't. The name kind of reminds, but like I said, I was kind of a stickler on stuff. I'd listen to something, I'd listen to, and most of the time, I would catch either Howard Stern or Rick Dees or whatever in the morning. But anything after that was all Fairth. It was all oldies. Oldies. Now, what's oldies now? 90s? I don't know. 80s and 90s is the oldie. Where's Logan? What's considered oldies for your generation? Or Jamie, you can answer too. Hope you had a good Mother's Day, by the way. KGIL radio back in the valley. See, that doesn't ring a bell to me either. Dan and Mike used to do a bit. Girls would strip. Oh, really? Yeah, that's the way Stern was. There's Brock put up Uncle Craig's Pizza one, and the one before that, I believe, is the one that scared me the most with the chainsaw. Oldies like Vanilla Ice, New Kids on the Block. Who are they? Um, I just my era just didn't strike me. I wasn't a disco guy. Although at 18 we had at 17 we had fake ID and we went to, if anybody remembers the San Fernando Valley, we went to the Red Onion and we went to Big Daddy's, which was the hot spot. Bruce was the bartender. Still remember this. He would pour, that much vodka and this much orange juice in your drinks. You'd throw them $10 or something for the night. And we'd go there. But Big Daddy's, Red Onion, what was the other ones that were there? But it was fun. But right at the end of that was, at least when I was around, the cowboy stuff. And then we opened up a cowboy bar. The Red Onion used to have, I think Tuesday nights or something like that, they would have cowboy night, and we would go there. Oh, and then all the bad bars, the Palomino was there. A lot of big stars there, and I'm trying to think of the Trouble one, the one we used to get in the fights in all the time. The gold Cadillac, the gold Cadillac. And believe it or not, we used to go to if you wanted to get into any kind of trouble, you went to a freaking bowling alley. And I remember we got got guns pulled on us a couple of times in there. But you could go in there if you wanted to get something. Everybody would go out back, and usually that was right before the guns just started coming out, and knives and shit. It was manly. You go out there and you either get beat up or you beat up somebody and picked them up, or you got picked up and cracked a beer and you made a friend. It wasn't like it is even nowadays or after that. Not anymore. Yeah, to me that's oldies, but to Logan, that's probably who's Elvis? Who's Chubby Checkers? No, Logan White. I'm kidding with you. I think my first concert was Bee Gees. Your girl wanted to go. I wasn't big on concerts because I didn't like people bumping into me and touching me. Bob Seger, Silver Bullet Band, outstanding. Opium induced. First time I've ever done opium. And boy, wow. It was a whole different only time, one and only. Don't know why I didn't do it after that. I think I stopped drugs, but I liked it. But and then I went and saw Kiss of all people. I wanted to see a band called, God, now that the name's gonna, you might know them, but they weren't well known. They were the opening act for them. They played like 2 songs and got off. And the gal that I brought, we were sitting right, where were we at, the Forum? Anyway, the speakers were right above us. I had my fingers in my ears, and I told the broad, I said, Broad, I'm going back. I said, we're out of here, man. We're going. I don't want to leave. I said, see ya. And did Dave leave her there with the 100,000 people? You bet your sweet ass he did. Went out, rode off. But watched 2 or 3 songs. That's all I could take. The music was so freaking loud. I couldn't have stuff we listened to as far as rock and roll. Emerson, Lake and Palmer, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Bob Seger, Bob Dylan, Jim Croce, America. We had the best music, man. '60s and '70s, we had the best music, no doubt. I know they put that on YouTube or on Facebook all the time. The premise of his show was that he would become a made up character, and unknowingly callers would call in and argue with him. Sounds interesting. I'll have to check it out. I'm sure there's YouTube videos or some kind of videos on the guy. Giant purple people eater. Uh, let's see. Don and Mike were a bit where listeners would go and like Lord Green. So funny listening to. Yeah, I had fun. I mean, it was fun. I couldn't imagine. I mean, would I have liked to have grown up in the '90s? Yeah, probably, because I'd only be like 25 years old or something. But or 35. Um, but as far as a time to go through your youth and push everything right on the edge, boy, I could have taken a quarter step over and I'd have been gone. But it was definitely a great time to grow up, no doubt. Hey Jay, how you doing? Hope you're well. Jerry Lewis and the Playboys. There you go. Yeah, I mean there was just a lot of good music, man. I mean, um, Chuck Berry. I mean, I could go on and on and on and on, and just one better than the other. Janis Joplin, Jimi Hendrix. I mean, just so many, so many. But I mean, like, what's the song? Was it America? Or somebody that sings that song about all the ones in heaven. I mean, would that be a hell of a band? I think that's part of the lyrics. Somebody will know. Where's Jake when you need him? But I mean, all the ones that went, way, way, way too early. Buddy Holly. I mean, he all these people went when you imagine they went in their, I don't even know, their late 20s, 30s. Janis Joplin still had all her life. Hendrix, all these people, the music they would have created in the 35 years since they've been gone. I mean, unbelievable. Brandy's, Mr. Casper's a certain way, sure. Uh, but yeah, Bob Seger was. I'm trying to think of where I saw him at. I was loaded, big time. Um, God, it was the. God, I don't know. I'll remember. Ray Orbison, sure. I mean Jefferson Airplane. Yeah, just a lot of Neil Young. I mean, yeah, and I mean, how come with Young? They said we don't need him anymore. Um, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young. I mean, just outstanding music. I mean, I think about it, and we got to listen to, and like I said, we were listening to in the '80s. We were listening to the '60s, late '60s, early '70s. I mean, uh, the Doors. I mean, if you were in the war, that's all you listened to. But yeah, a lot of good bands for sure. Before he died, yeah, I mean Peter, Paul, and Mary. There's so many, and a lot of the one-hit wonders were good. One I'm trying to think of the name of the guy, but actually ended up dating his wife. He had twins, and I met her in a bar in Simi Valley, and she was outstanding. The thing that I liked about her, she was older than me, but I could call her up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was game to hook up and have a good time. But she said all he he said all he would do was walk around the house with that effing guitar singing that same song. And if I could remember the name of the song, you would know it. He was a Hispanic. He was a Mexican guy. Wasn't what's Richie Valens. But another guy had one very big hit, and he said he was driving her nuts. But she was a good gal. She was fun. Just remembered her. Puff the Magic Dragon. Yeah, Peter, Paul, and Mary. There you go. What was that song about? Uh, 1981, saw the Rolling Stones. Wow, at the Coliseum. Uh, Went for their farewell concert. Awesome. The only one that I didn't get to see all of them because I didn't want to go to the concerts. Unless they caught me on the way going and I was already high. you know, I might have went. But if I was halfway sober, I would immediately know people are going to bump into me and I'm going to get pissed off and it's just not going to be fun. So I didn't go to many concerts. I did go to that one. I think I told you with her. She was big country western, and my niece in Colorado. We went to Colorado one time, and he was outstanding. Um, I really enjoyed it. I forget his name. If I said his name, you would know too. I mean, he's one of the top artists, uh, but I didn't get to see any big ones, Elvis Presley and all that stuff when I was young that I could have went and saw because we had Devonshire Downs. Robert Mack will remember that in the San Fernando Valley, and all the names that I named in the '60s there, Janis Joplin, all of them played at Devonshire Downs or the Palomino or a lot of music there, man, a lot of music. They'd say that back in the whatchamacallit, where would you call for country western? But anyway, we had a lot of music in the San Fernando Valley. Mm. Johnny Cash for sure. Spent a lot of time in Farang bars and where in Farang bars in Thailand and never heard a band play Dirty White Boy by Foreigner. uh, Speaking of Puff, you think about the lawn being reversed next? I don't know. I don't think they can't reverse it, man. The only thing they can do, Tommy, I believe this is all my personal opinion, is they're going to make it medical. They're going to make it that you're going to have to come into the country, go to the doctor here and pay your 1,000 baht or $20-$30. Go next door on either side to the dispensary and get dispensed whatever you want. The other laws are already in effect. They're just not. You're not supposed to. It's against the law right now to smoke it in public or to smoke it even in the shops or anything like that. Those laws are going to stay intact, I think. But there's just too many people growing it and doing all that for them to completely stop. Now, how they're going to regulate that, I don't know. But I know I'm pretty much in my mind. I think they're going to make it just medical. They're not going to make it recreational. Hey, Paul G, food review. How you doing, Paul? I watched your video on part of it. I got to be honest on the tram deals or whatever you were riding. If you guys aren't subscribed, do yourself a favor. You'll be happy you did if you ever got to go to Bangkok and get something to eat. We're saying hi. And Randy saying it was definitely a great show. Bruce Davis, Prince was he's dead too. Yeah, he died real young. He was in and out, and I never really a lot of the people, believe it or not, I go on like Facebook or whatever and or YouTube. Who died in 2023? And I watch the freaking videos. I'm going, really? I didn't hear anything. A lot of them, because I do watch Facebook, they'll put them on, but I stopped kind of looking at them because everybody was putting on, oh yeah, Sly or whatever died, and this one died, and they never died. So I just stopped looking. So I once a year I look at every year they come up with the who died in this year will be all over YouTube, and I watch that and scratch my head. And the worst part about it now is that, well, how old was that person? Well, he died at 62, 65, 64. Going shit, So it makes me think how long am I gonna go? Uh, yeah, and Metallica and all a lot of the stuff. There was a lot of good music in basically in the '70s for sure. Some of the '80s and some of the '90s, like you just said, with them. I don't know the exact years on all of them, but and I forget I kept telling you guys that right behind I think I've told you this before. Right behind my cousin Joey's condo in Chatsworth, um, Dana Strohmeister was the guy's name. I remember that name, but it wasn't as all he did was you could go over there, you'd have headphones on and a bass, boom, 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 every song. Well, I don't know which one it is, but a well-known band like Metallica or one of these big known bands back there, he was the bass player. And if you put in Dana Strohmeister, I don't know how to spell that. Maybe Brock can do it on it'll come up, but I can't remember what band it was. Nice guy. We screwed with him a little bit. Like one time we moved his car from one parking lot to the other in high school, so he thought his car got stolen. But we did screw with him a little bit. I don't know if he'd ever remember me. He would probably remember Joey because he lived right behind them for many years. In Rock Point was the name of right next to Chatsworth Park, and familiar with that area. The tunnel, everybody used to go in the train tunnel and smoke weed. A lot of people died in that tunnel getting loaded. But yeah, Dana Strohmeister. I'm surprised I could remember that name. Um, everybody's everybody's uh, not much meat on a pug. What did I miss? Uh, is it ACDC? I'm sure all the ones I remember back in the days was when I was in the topless bars and they all played the same Billie Jean, Michael Jackson stuff and pole dance stuff. It was fun time back then, man. I knew it was time to go home when the lights started blinking. I said, okay, time to go. Guns N' Roses, right? Is that one of those bands too? Uh, really well known. I'm gonna have to. I'll look it up because it'll drive me. I don't know how to spell his last name, Strohmeister, but something like that. But if you put in something close, maybe something will come up. Hollywood Graveyard. Is that really? Hey Andy, how you doing? Celebrities' graves are from. Yeah, one of them. People that you probably don't, something like that. People that you probably don't know are dead. Put it on there, and 90% of the people that they showed up, I went, what? No way, no way. But anyway, Pearl Jam, yeah, yeah, all oldies now, right? That's right, Logan. And we haven't gotten a countdown in a while. Somebody said, "Oh, Logan's got, it's got to be. Is it under 3 years yet or no?" I don't remember the band. That's what I'm saying. You'd have to go by his name because I'm sure that if you put in the right name, it'll come up that Dana Strohmeister is Dana, blah blah blah, uh, and it'll say the band that he's in. But I don't know the band. That's what I'm looking for. Alex Rose goes through a lot of problems. Uh, what Mozart's dead? Are you sure? Oh shit! Back in the day, carrying around boombox. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Michael Jackson. And the music. The guy was amazing. The only problem with me is he was a freaking child molester, and no one's ever going to tell me any different. I mean, you don't build Disneyland at your house, and you don't have little boys stay over at your house. I think he paid off a bunch, but regardless, the guy was a freaking genius. And they used to come in to Dupar's south of the Boulevard, um, because they had a recording studio in their house, and they lived south of the Boulevard, and they would come down to Dupar's. That's what I told you. They all have a little bit of Dave in them, little DNA, because the manager was awed by them, and they would come in after I was already closed, and I'd already cleaned the grill. I wasn't even supposed to be working there. I think I was 15 and a half. I was paying off I just got my Harley, so I was 16, and I in my mind, I'm quitting the day that I get it paid off. I'm quitting this job. They wanted to make me a manager, and if you know anything about Dupar's, they had a bakery and this part. You had to learn it all. I said no, I just want a short order cook. I flipped eggs in the morning, and then I worked the graveyard, the night shift, and they would always come in, and the manager would open the door. Yeah, come on in. All of them, and I would go, "What the hell are you doing?" So, and they gave me like $100 and said it was the best, hamburger they'd ever eaten or whatever they ate. But that was really mean to do. But don't piss off the cook, right? 3 years, 5 months, 11 days. All right, we got to get past that 3 year mark. And you guys still going to try to come here in Christmas of 25, or is that? I know you were. Do you want Jamie to go with you to Korea if you went back there, and then if that happened, you were going to push back further the Thailand thing? I think I could be wrong. Up on Cripple Creek. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Woodstock, man. I mean, stuff like that. Yeah, yeah, there was. Yeah, I worked at the one on Ventura Boulevard, and I did a couple of times. Went out to the Thousand Oaks. They had about 4 or 5 of them, and I would fill in for somebody that didn't show or something like that. They would ask me. So I think I went out there a couple of times, but it was perfect. My friends used to come in and screw with me in the middle of the night. I was never so happy the day that I paid off that first Harley and see you, man, out here. What are you doing? I quit. Here you go. Here's your shit. I got $100 in the bank. That'll put gas in this thing for a while, and I'm gonna go run around the San Fernando Valley. Dana Strumwasser. I don't know. Strummiser. I think it was a Jewish name. I think he was a Jewish guy. Um, so somebody put a Jewish twist on the Strummeister. Strum Dana Strum. God, I don't know. One of these days, I could call Joey. Joey would have remembered, but he's not with us any longer. So, Ralph's giving us an update. 10 months, 1 week, 6 days. How many hours? Come on, Ralph. Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was a Sportster, 1200 with a big ass Springer on it. And in fact, I just saw a picture of it because my buddy Kenny, uh, he was the one that sold it to me. He had it for I don't know how long he had it, and then I had that at 16, and at 16 and a half, I sold that and got the panhead. Had the panhead at I think I was still 16, and then I rode the panhead back and forth to high school. That was that's a whole nother channel. High school was a trip. It was only 2 blocks from my house when I was growing up. Dana played for Slaughter, Vinnie Vincent Invasion. Is that it? Slaughter, is that the name of the band? Sounds familiar. Is that it, Brock? You found him? Is that him? Dana Strumweiser? Poor Bear's he's up on he's above my computer and he's looking directly in the window at me. And he's up on, and he won't take his eyes off of me. All right. I'll be right back. Gotta let him in. Come on, get down. All right, come on. Come on. All right. You want to say hi? Come on. Come on. Come here. Come here. Say hi. That's a good boy. Can you shake? Shake. Good boy. You're a smart boy. All right, lay down. You're in. All right. He is a good dog, no doubt. So that is true then, right, bro? You found it? Ah, there it is, Strommeister. Okay. Yeah, Strommeister was something. Did it say what his name was? But Slaughter. I'll try to remember that now. It wasn't a band I listened to, but they were quite popular, right? Or am I wrong? Very cool. Thanks, Brock. I appreciate it. But they were a big band, right? And I just remember we'd go over there and he'd invite us over to his house. We'd have something. He'd just sit in that room with that boom, 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 with music going in his headphones, playing to it, playing to it, playing to it. That's all he did. All he did. And probably worked out good for him. I imagine he did well. I don't know what he's doing now, but very cool. He changed it. Strumwasser. and he changed it to Strum. Okay, okay. what, what's what's that? Not you? What did I miss, Gary? Did I miss something? Uh, but I think they, and also I'm going back because I was looking. I just rolled back and I saw the again with the Dupars. I think they closed down, right? If I'm not mistaken, I think so. Anyway, had a lot of fun when I was younger, and on that, I mean, that bike was not the safest and thing for a 15 and a half, 16-year-old kid to be out running around on, but it didn't have a Kickstarter, only electric start, and the Bendix was out in it, and trying to push that 1200 and popping it over, especially by yourself. Started up the first time, like running it down my driveway, I could do it. After it got warmed up, it didn't want to. The clutches, it wasn't the best bike in the world, but I had a hell of a lot of fun. My panhead, I loved my panhead. I wish I still had that. There's a link on. Let me YouTube because I think they were a pretty big band, right? I don't know. I didn't listen to that music that much, not very often anyway. And let me turn the volume down on this in case I hit the. Oh, I see Paradise has it. I didn't get to watch. I didn't see his. I've been farting around on that thing this morning. That's why. Let's see. We go to my channel. Bring it up on here. How would you like to live at that place that was on my on the thumbnail? Was that awesome or what? Okay, let's see. Let me go there. And let me go to live slaughter full HD. Really? Okay, I'm gonna freeze that and I'll watch that later. Thanks, bro. Oh, what happened? Yeah, screwed it up. Yeah, imagine that. Me screwing something up. Probably. All right, I got it. All right, let's see. Yeah, man. That place is awesome. I miss the ocean, man. Until there was a storm on your couch. Yeah, you probably got that right. Well, you just drink more whiskey. That's all. You'll get through it, brother. How you doing? Now, uh, it rolls back in school, right? Is school back open or no? Because my kids don't go back until the 5th of next month. That's in that private. I don't know what school she goes. She go to a private school or to regular school, or if there's such a thing. I don't know. The original location still exists at the Los Angeles Farmers Market, Los Angeles Fairplex. Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I know there was like 4 or 5 of them, but they did. They wanted me to be a manager. But you would have had to learn the bakery. You had to learn that. Then you have to learn the front of the house and the. I don't know. I just give me my money, you know. And that's how they found. They eventually found out I was only 16 years old, so I wasn't supposed to be there. Private. Okay. Cool. Cool. But yeah, the golfing. I hit some balls yesterday. First time in almost 30 years. Not good, but they do have a pro there. I got his card. Call him up. 500 baht an hour, and I'm gonna go take some lessons. I just want to get halfway decent. I'm not gonna buy. I just want to play barefooted. Just have some fun. But I wasn't striking the ball very well at all. But I'll still have fun, and I will do a video. I didn't want to do a video the first time, but when I go with the guy, maybe I'll set it up in the back and see because maybe somebody here might want it. I know that Andrew was thinking he thinking his your shoulder's screwed up, right? We could talk about it if you're still here, Andrew, because I think you wanted, like I said, you probably answered me, and I just didn't see it. If you wanted to, I know you wanted to go to lunch, so I don't know if you wanted to go Today, tomorrow, Wednesday, whenever. Let me know. Keep swinging till you hit it. Yeah, I I never took lessons, and I always did everything wrong, but I compensated enough to where I could play decently. I could hack around, and by I mean decently, in the mid to high 90s. That was decently to me. Occasionally I'd a high 80, 85, something like that, but mostly high 90s, low 100s because I kept score. I wasn't one of the guys that so because I always figured if you didn't, same thing with people that buy views and all that shit on YouTube. How do you know if you're doing with golf? How do you know if you're getting any better if you don't keep track? So I always kept track. Didn't matter whether it was 110, 115. I remember the first place that I played in the valley was called Big V, Big Valencia, and this course was so difficult. Off the fairway, the grass was this high and the pros wouldn't play there. So that tells you something. And I think I lost like I don't know how many balls. One of the first time I ever played, but I was so bad, but I would compensate by moving everything, and I was okay around the green because that's where all the strokes are saved, and I would do okay. But it was embarrassing when you hit something real thin or fat, and I don't know. I want to learn a little bit. Yeah, I like to keep score. I want to know if I'm getting better, right? I have bare bones golf club set that I bought when I left. There was it cost $10. Been I was looking. I mean, I paid 3,500 baht for mine, and they're Callaways. They're titanium. They were a big thing back in like 2002, but they were like brand new. And but there's like there right now. There's a set of Big Bertha and driver 3 wood, 5 wood, and big Cobra, oversized head deals. They look like they're okay. All three through pitching wedge, everything. 1,300 baht. So what is that? $25? So I'm almost going to buy those and have the guy send them to me in case anybody comes in from out of town and wants to use it. Now, the golf course here does rent out clubs and they have carts and stuff like that. Because, like I said, I kind of want to use I'll get the cart, try to go twice a week, and then just tell the girl, okay, I'm going to walk 10 steps, follow me, and then pick me up and drive me until where I could actually walk the course would be nice. I don't know if my knees will ever take that, but it'll force me to try to get into better shape. There he is. You see it? I raced twice this morning. I'm almost up to 3. I'm going to break the 3 today, get above 3 so I can move up to C class. I'm talking about iRacing. Um, and all on Daytona, just kind of laying back. But my other rating went way up. Where I tell you that was before, like 4 something. It's up almost 700 now on the other rating. Tim will know. I don't know, but maybe we'll go on and race later. Um, I want to know if I. Yeah, I'm sure that you will, Ron. But I'm going to come that way. Um, once I enjoy golf, doesn't matter whether I 130 or 85. I have a good time. The hardest part, like this guy said, he starts at 8. So he said, you're going to want to come at 8. I said, yeah, I'm going to want to come at 8. So if I'm playing, I don't know what time the course opens. Course probably opens at least the ones in the U.S. used to open at basically sunrise, 6 o'clock, something like that. So to get a tee time like that would be easier on me. And here in Surin, we've got almost 3 months that you might have to wear a sweater, in the morning if you went out that early. So I'm looking forward to it. And I would come your way and spend 2 or 3 days, and we could screw around. I'm sure we could probably get a couple people out there to go out and knock them around the grass area. But it'd be fun. I know it would. Yeah, yeah. Like I said before, I got to check in. My doctor said he doesn't like anything to do with stem cells. man, I think they're having really good success with stem cells, rebuilding, making knees better. And I really don't, unless I can lose 25 kilo, I'm not going to get my knees cut because I know me. I won't go. It'll be so hard on the rehabilitation. I'll just take the drugs and lie in bed. Now I'm in a freaking wheelchair because I know me. Yeah, yeah. It looks nice. There's a couple videos out there on it, but I think a lot of the bases have golf courses, right? But a lot of water. I noticed on the one video that I watched. There's a lot of water. I did buy some. I don't know how to say it. Sirion golf balls. They got these distant ones on sale. They're $1 a ball, brand new. They're a little bit hard. They don't stop real good. Who cares? They're made perfectly for beginners and stuff. So I bought 3 boxes because I'll use them to. I didn't ask him over there if they had a little chipping area. I didn't look when we were there because it was starting to rain and shit. But I'll go. I think I'm going to go Thursday because Friday I'll be doing a live stream. I think I'm going to go Thursday, so maybe I'll have some kind of video for you guys to laugh at. The bloopers of me hitting 40 golf balls. I hit 40 of them, man. My back was a little sore, and but I told my wife, I said, I go, oh crap, only 40 balls, and started thinking about it. And if I averaged 4 or 5 shots a hole, which is could be possible, that would only be 40 balls in 9 holes, or 40 swings. So maybe I can make it through. We'll find out because I'm going to go soon. Yeah, that's it. They got them. Let me see, I'll show you. Let's see. I don't got to remember how to do this. First, let me go here, and I got to go to here, and then that's going to tell me that I need to log in because this thing is a pain in the ass. And I need to go here. I found out I can log into Lasada with my with the QR code. Makes it twice as fast. Okay, so now I got to go here. Did I lose anybody? Not yet. And go share screen. Lasada. And let me see here. My orders. No. There we go. All right. Okay. Now, you go here, here. Can you guys see that? Yeah. These ones right here. So, promotion, buy 2, get 1 free. Read that 12 balls. Say they're the like best selling, so 680. So it was like 1,400 baht for it was like a US, it was like $1 a piece. But a lot of people like them. We'll see. Okay, there's my golf thing. But yeah, so something cheap, something new, and like I said, I'll have 36 balls, so I can go out and take them and then put them in another deal and go out and a little chip and uh, hit them. So I just got here a minute ago. What did I miss? I had a workmate that was so good at golf that he managed to slice ball wrists with his thumbnails. Yeah, I just want to be just decent. Hey, Tip, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Appreciate it. But so I figured I'm not going to go out and get Titleist or anything like that and spend triple the money for something I'm going to hit in the water or skull or But I looked at a bunch of videos on YouTube, and they were making them a little bit softer now. If you look at one video from 3 years ago to 6 months ago, a little bit softer, and the guys went out there and hitting distance. They were okay, but they were okay chipping around the green, okay on putting. They were an okay ball. For the price, they were a great ball. And especially for a beginner or something that's going to lose quite a few. Rather lose $1 ball than a $3 ball, I guess. But I'm looking forward to it. You rent them. Yeah, exactly. I bought those, so I'll stick those in there. The guy gave me like just off random, I don't know, I'm going to say 7 or 8 balls in there, some tees. I bought some on that same Lasada. What did I buy? I bought a head cover, wood cover. I bought a divot repair, a couple of divot repair tools. He didn't have any there. Some just regular old wooden tees and a glove and covers for the irons. That's it. And a ball picker upper things where you just put over the top of it, so I don't have to bend down and constantly pick them up after I chip or whatever. So always thinking of a lazy man's way to do shit, right? Um, but did you drive today or no? You just wake up? You probably just woke up. I think he likes to race at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. Caddies fix the divots, cool. I don't know, I'll have one. So I'll give him one as a gift. All right. Oh, Jake is here. We had a couple of music questions that you just missed out on, brother. But yeah, I haven't went. I know they drive the carts, so I'll go and probably do 2 lessons with this guy. And I asked him. I said, if I pay you, will you come out on the course also? He said, sure. I don't care. I'm sure. Just show me money. Show me the money. Seemed like a nice guy. I just need somebody to tell me, let me get a swing down that is acceptable, and I'll go practice. I ain't got no problem with that. I'll go and hit balls 3 times a week and play 2 times a week, um, just for something to do. But I figured with the cart and everything, it's gonna. He said it was 180 for the 9 holes. I think I want to say that the caddy was a 150 and the cart was 200, and then whatever you're going to give the caddy. But so was that 2, 3, 4, 500 baht, $15, something like that, right in that area. Uh, I know it's probably the same that you paid, Tim. What did you pay I know you tipped them quite well, but were they 150? And you guys got a cart too. Do you remember what you paid for the cart there? Just curious. Um, when the rain comes, the jungle becomes a supermarket. What the style as long as the ball? Yeah, I just want to get. I never got a correct swing. I never got it right. Like I said, I just adapted myself because I was going 4 times a week to where uh, I could actually put up a deep. I wasn't looking like I was running around the course chasing balls and hitting 11 strokes every hole, but about 800 baht around. Okay, for 9, right, or for 18. That's still love that. I'll do that a couple times a week. Yeah, I can do that. Plus the caddy tip. Okay. Did you answer me earlier, Andrew? When do you want to go to lunch? Or I guess I could call you. um, are there special mushrooms? You're asking Tip. Yeah, Tim's got some for sale, 800 baht. Oh, but anyway, it'll be good. Get me out of the house, get me moving around, and like I said, probably the time that I would enjoy it the most is going to be in, December, January, and February when it's good and cool here in Surin. It'll be awesome. I'll probably go every day. Uh, I was just watching a thing on Barkley on YouTube. I stumbled across it. He's a pretty good golfer, and he's got a guy telling him he's got a coach. And I watched a little bit of the video. Hey, what's up? How are you? Hey, Dave. When I come back to Thailand, I'll go. Okay, cool. I'm ready. Going to what is that? I don't even know what that is. What is that word? Yeah. I don't even want to take a chance on pronouncing it. Probably play with Jim's coming back. Cool. Yeah, I'll come that way. Did you happen to ask him when he was going back to the U.S.? Is it like October or something? And if that's the case, definitely after I play a little bit to where I know I won't embarrass myself too bad, I'll definitely drive that way and maybe stay 3 or 4 days and play 2 rounds or something. Yeah, that's what Tim was saying. That sounds about right. And that sounds like I think when they went, because Chuck did a video on it too, they walked 9 and then they got a cart for 9. I haven't talked to him yet. Okay, cool. Uh, all the golf talk reminds me of the old Bill Cosby. you know, he was another weirdo, but what I liked about Cosby, especially later on, Eddie Murphy and all these guys, F this, F that, it was hilarious when I was younger. But you go back and I just spill a gut, listening to a Cosby album, and the most abusive language that he would say would maybe be shit, you know, because or asshole. Because I remember one in the skit like that. He goes, "Well, cocaine it intensifies your personality." And Cosby, well, what happens if you're an asshole? I just throwing up, and you would not be surprised if you saw your shoes coming out your mouth. Just laughing like hell, but none of that. Although you know, the other comedians back in the day were hilarious, but you could put that album on and have kids and stuff around, and no one's going to get offended. But he was quite another freak. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of them out there, right? He was, man. Just funny stuff, man. Richard Pryor, yeah. Pryor was good too. It was, but I mean, every other word, like me talking to my friends on the phone with this one with her church people in the house and F this, hey, you F her, man. And one time she recorded me. She said, no, every other word. No, I'm not that. I don't do that. My friends were there, the ones from church. Boy, she played that, and I went, God, I hate it when you're right. So that's why even now, like I said, and for in the future when I'm dead and gone, my grandkids want to laugh like hell. Let's watch Grandpa's old video on YouTube. They can come on and maybe get a little insight into what Grandpa was all about. I mean, yeah, much different. I'll agree with that. Uh, yeah, Carlin was great, man. A lot of good comedians, man. The one that got me through my divorce, one of my divorces, was who was it? It was, God, my mind's going to a blank. I can remember just sitting, and I had a Corvette at the time, out at the beach, convertible, sitting up on the top, listening full blast, and whoever it was Andrew Dice Clay. I think that's who it was. It was I forget. Anyway, it was one of those guys back in the day. Actually got me through because I was all bummed out, and pretty soon, man, turn that on and crack it, and next thing I was hauling ass down the highway to the next topless bar, and I was right back rocking and rolling. But I forget which comedian. I'll remember. My mind's going. He had a TV show years ago. I can't remember the detective shows. Who did? Red Fox? Jonathan Winters was, yeah, it was a good one too. Uh, he's got a potty mouth. The best comedian. Yeah, yeah, Sam Kennison. That's who it was, the screamer, man. Yeah, Kennison. I just laughed like hell because at the time, one of my friends, my buddy that's in Phoenix, Italian gentleman, pretty much one of my best friends. Uh, he lived in Sam Kennison had a house in Malibu, and my buddy rented it after. I don't know if Kennison died or what it was, but he was in his house for a while. But yeah, it was Kennison, the screamer. Yeah, Carlin was just absolutely hilarious, Andy. Just the stuff that he would say. Uh, yeah, a lot of good besides the music too. We had a hell of a lot of good comedians. Now, probably my favorite now is probably Ron White. You guys ever listen to Ron White? He's just now getting back into it again. He was off for a while, and now he's not drinking. He was a drinker and a smoker, cigar and whiskey on stage. Hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Uh, but if you ever get a chance and you don't know who Ron White is, go onto YouTube and punch in Ron White and listen to him for a second. Yeah, Robert Culp and Cosby. Yeah, that was I Spy, right? Is that right? I think you're right. Tater salad. Yeah, you got it. You got it, Ralph. If you guys don't, you would do yourself a favor by listening to him. I think. Don't you, Ralph? You think the guy's good? I think he is. Uh, there it is. I've got his answer. But yeah, Ron White's hilarious. But a lot of good ones. A lot of female uh, comedians. And Saturday Night Live we had too. And Don Kirshner's rock concert. Do you guys remember that back in back in the days? We're all a bunch of old bastards here anyway, except for Tip and a few, and Logan and Jamie. I'll give it to. But you probably still heard about that. I remember the last one of the last times I ever did acid was Grand Funk Railroad was on there, and that guy with that long hair was whipping his head back and forth and trails and shit, man. I did never liked it. I did it 3 or 4 times, and any kind of mescaline, peyote, any of that stuff, any kind of hallucin thing that didn't have any control over, I didn't like at all. But of course, when someone had some and it was free, I would take it because we had a lot of acid, blotter acid, and acid was big in the valley. Also, we were like the capital of the world for all drugs. I think. Um, yeah, on vinyl. Yeah. Um, just amazing. I mean, and you take one of his old albums and the one with the feet coming out the mouth and the cocaine intensifies your personality and all that kind of stuff. It just I, I laugh from the start to finish, man. And like I said, I think the dirtiest the words that came out of his mouth was asshole. That was pretty much it. Um, now you're making me feel old. Because how old are you? I have a daughter somewhere that I haven't met since she was 6 months old, and she would have been. Let me do the calculations here so I don't get it wrong. It was 17, so 67, 50 years old. So actually, older than you. uh, 50 years old. And the only thing that I remember, because I was a bastard back then, man, I mean, just a just a prick. And she got pregnant. She was only 15 years old. I was 16 and a half. And had the kid. I basically boogied. I was out on my own anyway. Um, and just a bad person. I kept waiting for the kid. I even looked for a while, but the only thing I remember her name was something from Bewitched. It was either Tabitha or Samantha or something like that. And I did look at the kid one time. I think she was 6 months old, and that's it. I heard afterwards that her tried to get a hold of these people, but after that, like 6, 8 years after that, that she had been with 4 or 5 different guys and had 4 or 5 more babies with different guys, and didn't live that far. But when I actually went to look for her, maybe 20 years later, I never could get those people again. Yeah, that's what I thought Kinnison was. He was young, right? Randy knows. Another one that's dead. All these people, comedians too. But we did have a bunch of good. But Saturday Night Live, I think they all came from Robin Williams. All everybody came from Saturday Night Live, right? But anyway, how long have I been on? An hour and 16 minutes. I think I'm going to. I don't know how many people we got here. 14. You guys are diehards. I'm going to get rid of this and stop screen. Okay. Um, what time is it? Oh, it's only 10 o'clock. Up to you guys. I'll hang for a while if you guys want to still hang. Otherwise, we'll see how things go here. I'll go a few more minutes. Maybe I'll put it up. Maybe somebody wants to come in and say hi or something. There you go. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, golfing. I do want to get out on the forest or somewhere. And what I was thinking about doing, if I can't meet up with Chuck, I might go to Ko Chang for just maybe 2 days. Not necessarily where they're at. Just go there, clear my mind, get by the water by myself on the Forza, and take him his crab. But I haven't even tried to get a hold of him. But I know he's got to be getting ready to go because I think he's going for. I think he's going 2 days to Kokut or something like that, and then to Ko Chang for 10 days or something. Said it's the longest he's ever went to Ko Chang. So next meeting, hoping to see Robert Mack and Randy. Yeah, it would be nice, wouldn't it? I still haven't met Robert Mack. I'm still looking forward to it. From Carson, yeah, Carson, hilarious stuff on his old. Have you ever looked at any of his old stuff? 1992, really. So that was probably it was after he died, obviously, and then the house must have got sold, or maybe yeah, because he rented it. He didn't buy it. I don't think. Maybe he did. It's hard to remember. Yeah, the older I get, it kind of scares me a little bit with the Alzheimer's thing, but hope not. Speaking of golf, I used to play a video called Links. Where is Sam Kinison doing the cemetery? Hilarious. Really? Of the let's see. George Goebel. Who is that? Listen, Jay obviously hasn't met Robert. Just kidding. Yeah, Robert's one of the good ones. Everybody in here's one of the good ones, or that's on this channel. We've been lucky. We haven't had a bunch of you know anything happening, which is cool. I'm hoping stays that way. There, Ralph remembers a lot. Your mind's better than me. It just like I said, man, it scares me a little bit. My aunt, I saw my aunt, and rest in peace. She was another one of the good ones that went way too early, as far as I'm concerned. But she had it. Like I said, the biggest thing is some of this stuff. Like the one that really I have no idea or why I care, but Bruce Willis. I see the stuff on him and how Demi Moore's went over there and his daughters and everything, and you never think, you think all these movie stars and all that, oh, nothing could ever happen to them, but that would have been the biggest part of the Alzheimer's that I would have really hated with my aunt if she would have looked at me and went, "Who are you?" But she always remembered everybody. It was cool. She couldn't remember anything for very long, but she remembered me, and that I was at peace with that. Very realistic. I play. What do I play? I play WGT. I've been playing that for shit. Um, 20 years. I don't know how long has it been around. I've been playing WGT, and if you haven't played that, Ron, you ought to definitely check it out. It is the most realistic I've ever. I will check out. What did you say it was? PGA 2 Classic. I do have a pen here now. Of course, nothing to write on, but I'll find something. Okay. PGA 2K. PGA 2K. All right. WGT is the most realistic thing that I've ever seen. Mitzi Gaynor knew how to wear Max Steam stockings. Yeah. The who else was Rob George was on the Carol Burnett show. You know, that was one of the gals back in the day that you would never think that had an awesome body wise was Burnett and Lucille Ball. Lucille Ball had a outstanding figure. Of course, she's 100 years old now. But is she dead? She's probably dead. There was a lot of them like that. What's her name that was more in my age was Jamie Curtis. Outstanding body. But yeah, Lucille Ball, Mary Tyler Moore. Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore. Now, that was that one. You guys heard me tell about the story about the NBC executive Grant Tinker. His son married a gal that I went out with a few times. She smoked cigars. She was awesome. I wish I would have stayed in touch with her. She was awesome. But he was married to Grant Tinker was married to Mary Tyler Moore. But met her in Simi Valley of all places. But yeah, there you go. Great too. Special mushroom soup. Real special mushroom soup. Yeah. A lot of people that want that tip. What? Uh, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go. I guess. Dick Van Dyke. I Dream of Jeannie. Yeah, and what was her name? She was a looker too. A lot of good looking ones. Anyway, in case you guys didn't know, Richard from Ashard Travel did both my intro and my outro, and I'm going to end this video. Let's see. How do I do that? Do I not remember how to do it? There it is. All right, everybody. Have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, and I'll catch you on the next one.